All right, I think we're ready to rock. 3, 2, 1. All right, cool. What's going on, Tin Roof? Wednesday, March the 30th, 2022. Appreciate y'all coming out. We're talking Gamecocks. In case you didn't know, I'm Chris Phillips of the Spurs Up Show. Appreciate you all attending. Again, I'm sure a lot of our regulars will be in here, creeping in sometime after 6. But either way, very excited to be here. We're taking your questions, your comments, everything else. Regarding South Carolina, we'll be live up here to about 7:45 or so. Of course, Shag Night tonight as well. $3 drafts, $3 Rumple, $3 Fireball as well. A fun night, great night to have a night at Tin Roof always is. Be sure to tip your bartenders as well. And as we went live on the air, also we've got those tuned in digitally on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. Appreciate you all tuning in as we went live. Aaliyah Boston for Gamecocks women's basketball named the Naismith Player of the Year, and Dawn Staley named Coach of the Year. I don't think that's much of a shock. But Aaliyah Boston officially getting the award. I see Brennan M., Travie, John Kruger. What's going on? Appreciate y'all tuning in. Like I said, very exciting stuff there. We can talk that. We can talk baseball if you really want to dive into it. Obviously, my guy Corey joking with me as we walked in. Carolina can beat a top 5 team, but for some reason we can't beat Presbyterian or the Citadel. So, who knows? We play Mizzou this weekend. There's a good chance maybe we sweep because we're just so damn inconsistent. We'll probably play our best baseball upcoming. But we can talk that also. This has been a busy football week, believe it or not, because I posed a hypothetical a couple of days ago, and social media just ran wild with it. And we'd love to get you guys' thoughts and opinion on it as well in regards to expectations, record predictions for this upcoming season, what you'd be happy with, satisfied with. And yeah, it's kind of a weird Wednesday because I'm up here rocking a shirt with Will Muschamp's face on it. So they talk about irony. That's really ironic. Sound guy Phil, good to see you. Appreciate you being out here, my guy. Always helping out on a Wednesday. And again, the final Tin Roof show, the final Wednesday in March. So very excited to get into April. A lot of fun stuff happening. We got great weather outside, very warm. So I feel like spring is upon us. So Brennan M. says, don't tell the Iowa fans that Boston's the best player in the country. I don't know how upset they are. I guess they are. I don't know. I haven't seen the replies. I feel like people are saying on Twitter they're getting pretty crazy. But, simply put, Aaliyah Boston the best. She deserved the award. She deserved to win it. And very excited for her. Again, very, very, very well deserved what she did. Again, averaging 16.8 points per game, 12.2 rebounds per game. And I think anyone with a brain would agree the most dominant player in women's college basketball. Of course, the women taking on taking on Louisville on Friday. Taking on Louisville on Friday in the Final Four. And then, of course, the national championship, which I assume this team will be in, will be on Sunday. So a very, very busy weekend for the Gamecocks. And, of course, Gamecocks baseball is on the road, taking on Missouri. Gamecocks baseball on the road, taking on Mizzou. Going to be a lot of fun there. We'll see if South Carolina can bounce back and put the PC loss behind them. But again, we'd love to hear from you guys. 843-790-3377. And yeah, John Kruger brings it up. And again, I'll present the hypothetical to the audience here and anybody else who's tuned in digitally. Like I said, in case you missed it, I presented the hypothetical, presented it yesterday. And I didn't think much of it, to be honest. Didn't think much of it. And I thought, you know what, we'll clip it. Why not? It's always a good time to talk football in South Carolina. Of course, football's 24/7, 365. But I clipped this and presented it to the masses, and boy, oh boy, it did not disappoint. And that is this. I posed 2 options to South Carolina fans. I will give you 8-4 right now. You can sign on the dotted line in this fall, this 2022 season. You can sign the dotted line, and the Gamecocks are guaranteed an 8-4 finish. I'm not going to tell you which games are going to win or lose, but I'm guaranteeing you 8-4. Or you can roll the dice. You can take a chance. You might win more, you might win less, but there are no guarantees. I'm still not guaranteeing you wins or losses, but there are no guarantees. The amount of people that are willing to roll the dice because they realistically believe that South Carolina will win 9 or more games this year is a little alarming to me. I just don't feel like you've been watching Gamecocks football long enough if you think 8 wins is a shoo-in. any year. I just don't think you have. I really don't. I understand the momentum. I understand Spencer Rattler's addition. I understand what Shane Beamer's built. I understand the hype, and I understand the momentum. But there are really human beings out there. And listen, the beauties and the banter, I love people's opinions and people having opinions. And, if you want to pick this team to go 12-0, that's totally fine as long as you can support your opinion. So I love the banter. I do. But to insinuate this team is going to win 9 or 10 or, God forbid, more games this year is, I think, a bit lunacy, and I think it is very over-aggressive. Personally, I would sign up for an 8-4 season in a heartbeat. I'd take 8-4 right now happily. An 8-4 season would be very fun. An 8-4 season would be a blast, I think, honestly. I just don't know how, as a Gamecock fan, and I understand the gamble and you could win more and all that, but, and again, it's a hypothetical I didn't expect to catch fire the way it did, because it certainly has caught fire. The amount of replies, the amount of views the videos got on social media, absolutely crazy. And somebody comments, I'd take 8-4 because 10-2 is a little too aggressive. A little too aggressive. Again, I just can't fathom what planet you're on, even to mention 10 wins for this team. Like, did Tennessee just fall off the earth? Did Kentucky fall off the earth? Does Georgia not exist anymore? Does Florida not exist anymore? Does Arkansas not exist anymore? So, listen, I'm hoping for a magical year. I'm hoping that it happens, but and I'm not here to be Debbie Downer and be Mr. Pessimist, but God, I think an 8-4 year in Shane Beamer's second season would be a phenomenal year. I really do. I really, really do. And we're talking 8 regular season wins now, 8-4. I think that'd be a phenomenal year. I just don't understand. I just don't understand how anyone can say with a straight face that South Carolina could win 10 games this year. I don't get it. I would take 8-4 because, again, I'll drop my official predictions over the summer. I mean, we're a ways off from that. I think South Carolina is a much closer to 7-5 football team than they are 9-3 football team. I just do. I think I look at it very similar to last year, where I picked Carolina to go 6-6, and I thought they were much closer to a 5-7 team than they were a 7-5 team. And I think that showed on the field. I think that absolutely showed on the field. Because, yes, there were some games you lost, you could have won, but there were certainly plenty of games that you won that you could have lost. And you've got to hope and pray. You've got to hope that the ball continues to bounce your way this year. You probably should have lost to ECU. You beat Troy by single digits. You probably should have lost to Vandy. I mean, that's 3 games right there. South Carolina was nearly a 4-8 team. Very, very easily could have been a 4-8 team. If not for Zeb Noland, you probably are a 4-8 team. Thank goodness for Zeb Noland in the comeback against Vandy. So I'm just saying, I just don't want people to lose perspective that 8-4 would be a great, great year 2 for Shane Beamer. I mean, that would be a fantastic year. And so I'm shocked at people at the vitriol of, and there are even those on social media saying that 8-4 is settling for mediocrity, which that's baffling to me. In year 2, I'm not saying forever, just in year 2. Just in year 2. Just in year 2. Somehow 8-4 now is settling for mediocrity. I don't know. Anyways, one of the reasons we've been talking so much football is because we've been trying to distract from the Gamecocks baseball team, who just cannot seem to figure out whether they want to have a good year or be terrible this year. You take 2 out of 3 from Vanderbilt, you're feeling good about yourself. Maybe that was the problem, too. Maybe you're feeling too good about yourself. I don't know. Were they in Tin Roof this weekend? Feeling too good about themselves? Partied for 3 straight days? I don't know. I was at the ball game last night, come out and you just fall flat on your face against Presbyterian College, a team that lost to Campbell, the Fighting Camels, on Sunday by a score of 36-4. And you somehow lose to this team. I don't know what to make of Gamecocks baseball, guys. I really don't. I don't know what to make of South Carolina baseball. It is baffling. It's head scratching. And I do just think, unfortunately, that it is the characteristic of a bad team. Again, I made this comparison today, and I'll make it again. That, I kind of feel like this baseball team is sort of like the weekend warrior on the golf course. Any hacker can hit a good shot. And any hacker can every now and then catch it pure and hit one down the middle of the fairway or hit one close to the hole, hit one in, whatever. Even the worst golfers can hit a hole in one. It's possible. It happens all the time. But what makes the pros, what makes the elites of the elites, the consistency. How consistent are they? The pros, their misses are small. They're very, very small. They're very consistent. They don't miss often. And so South Carolina, yeah, we've had flashes of brilliance, but it's been coupled with head-scratching, mind-blowing results like we saw last night. And unfortunately, we're damn near halfway through the season. Really, you can look after this weekend, and right now we're 24 games in. After this weekend, we'll be 27 games. After Tuesday of next week, that will be the official halfway point. We're 12-12 right now. We're 12-12 right now. I think when the dust settles, yes, we're going to win some nice series down the road. I think there's no question. I think we're going to win some series here and there. It wouldn't shock me, wouldn't surprise me if we shocked some people, beat some more ranked teams. But we might lose a series, probably will lose a series that we're not supposed to. And it's that inconsistency and it's that wide range of outcomes that will inevitably be our downfall. Now, will we make the postseason? I don't know. We could. I don't know. Baseball America coming out today, they're projecting the Gamecocks to be a 3 seed in the College Park Regional, which I'm shocked after last night. Shocked. Yeah. Shocked they had us projected to be in a regional. So it could happen. I mean, I'm not saying it couldn't, but I haven't been vocally fire Mark Kingston, and the reason is I don't feel like I have to, because Carolina baseball, the expectations are very clear cut. They are what they are. You're either going to win enough to be employed here or you're not. This isn't football or basketball, all due respect. There's no gray area with our baseball program. You either win or you don't, bottom line. But I tell you this, and I know you beat Texas, I know you beat Vandy, and you might go on and win some damn SEC games. I think you will. I think you probably will. But, man, I got to be honest, losing to the Citadel and PC in back-to-back weeks in the same season, that should probably be enough to get you fired. It probably should. I just don't understand what the disconnect is. I do blame leadership. I hold Kingston accountable. Because somebody's not getting this ball club ready to play. You can talk injuries till you're blue in the face. But you should still, with injuries, you should still have enough to beat Presbyterian. You just should. You just should. You're just not going to convince me otherwise that, we're injured. We're hurt. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. So, And you got North Carolina next week in the midweek. But again, knowing this team, you'll probably beat them. Knowing this team, you'll probably beat them. So it is what it is. It's hard to comprehend what's going on with Carolina baseball. Again, you got Mizzou this weekend. 3-game series beginning on Friday. 7 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and 2 o'clock are the first pitches. So I don't know what to make of them. I really don't. I don't know what to make of them. I don't know. At this point, the season could go either way. We could bounce back and be a postseason team. We could be terrible. I genuinely don't know. So again, 843-790-3377. If you want to text that number, you're more than welcome to do so. By the way, new menu item at Tin Roof, the mozzarella sticks. Had them last week. Very good. Very, very good. I don't know if they're actually on the menu yet, or they're like on a secret menu, or just the online menu. That's kind of in the middle. I tell you what, though, I had them last week. Thought they were good. Yeah, that Picasso. Chef's kiss indeed. Thought they were good. Very good. Can't beat some good mozz sticks, truly. I still say probably the loaded tots are undefeated, but the mozzarella sticks are a nice change-up. Definitely a nice change-up. Again, a lot of exciting stuff around the corner for the Gamecocks and for us. When you think of what's upcoming, and I know, again, a venue, fantastic venue like Tin Roof is looking forward to it because you're going to have people coming out to the venue. You got the Masters. You've got the National Championship for March Madness. You've got MLB opening day. College baseball will continue. You've got the spring game. It's going to be a hell of a month in April, truly. It's going to be one heck of a month. A lot of fun, exciting things around the corner. Let's see. Brian Dean asking, do you think Marshawn Lloyd has a breakout year this year? Would you have Josh Vann as your number one receiver? Yeah, listen, I am excited for Marshawn. I think Marshawn, I don't think we gave enough benefit of the doubt last year how hurt he was. I don't think we gave that enough benefit of the doubt, or at least we didn't give that. We didn't factor that in enough, how hurt he was. Coming off the ACL, the biggest thing is mentally, can you trust it? That's the biggest thing. Mentally, can you trust it? And I don't know that he could. I think it wasn't until really late in the season that he played without a brace. And at that point, again, I just, it just wasn't all there. Just wasn't all there. So I'm excited for Marshawn. I will say I think that my hot take, I don't know if it's a hot take, but one of my takes right now, I think Christian Beal-Smith will be your starting running back. I actually am very excited for Christian Beal-Smith, the kid from Wake Forest. I mean, was the top ball carrier on that offense, which Wake Forest was a fantastic offense last year. So, listen, you got plenty of options at running back. There's no doubt. You've got plenty of options at running back. I mean, it feels like we got like 20 running backs out of Beal-Smith, Lloyd, Lavoisier Carroll, Rashad Amos, Juju McDowell, the Columbia transfer kid, whatever his name was. The list just goes on. Nathan Harris, Waynick, the list just goes on. I might be forgetting somebody. Cody P. Welch, how do you think we finish the season? Below or above 500? Yeah, right now, if I had to guess, I think we will finish above 500. I do. I think it'll be close, though. I really do. I truly don't know what to think of this team. I think it'll be close. So it's just really, God, it's just so tough to think about that. If let's just say hypothetically things don't improve. Let's just say hypothetically things don't improve and South Carolina does move on from Mark Kingston. Do you realize that South Carolina And you wonder why the fan base is so on edge and why everybody's upset. Do you realize if the Gamecocks do move on from Mark Kingston, which if they miss the postseason, I'd have no problem with, and I think they probably should if they miss the postseason. South Carolina will have fired all 3 of its big 3 men's sports head coaches within a 2-year span if they move on from Kingston. I mean, if that doesn't speak to the health or lack thereof of the athletic department, I mean, granted, again, I'm taking nothing away from Dawn Staley and women's basketball, but the big 3 are what drive everything. They are. Just call it for what it is. Basketball, baseball, and football. To think that you could have complete turnover over a 2-year span, all 3 of those coaches, because of lack of results, I mean, that just really summarizes it right there. So, I understand the frustration. I totally get it. I totally get it. Brian Dean, DeCarrion Joyner's not a quarterback, Brian. DeCarrion Joyner is working on at wide receiver. Luke Doty's working on at quarterback. So, unless something changes, I think I'd like to see Dak in the Wildcat, but you're not going to see him actually be the quarterback. And dude, I hope we're not even having conversations about QB2 because Spencer Rattler's the guy. It's not even a competition. It's not even close. And the only way that he's not going to be the guy is, God forbid, an injury happen. Knock on wood, it doesn't. So I don't. The only time I want to see the number 2 quarterback is if we're up 45-0. That's pretty much it. So. Yeah, I'd rather. Eric Reese says, okay, so Eric Reese reporting on where the baseball team was over the weekend. Dude, I don't care if they went out over the weekend. I don't. You think the 2010 and 11 team didn't go out? 12 team? Of course they did. You can still show up and handle your business, though. You can still show up and handle your business the right way. So we're just not doing that. I mean, I look at it still and think it's all mental. I just think it's all mental. It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. And I went in last week. People wanted me to go crazy. I went in last week after South kind of lost the Citadel. I was irate. I was upset. I was furious after watching that. Honestly, being at the game last night and after last night, I just couldn't stop laughing. I thought it was absolutely absurd. I thought it was absolutely absurd. I mean, sometimes you just got to laugh, bro. I mean, listen, we're just fans, right? We don't have control over what happens on the field, and I'm certainly, I mean, maybe this is shocking for some to hear because of what I do for a living, but I'm not going to let South kind of baseball losing to Presbyterian ruin my Wednesday. I'm sorry. I'm just not doing it. So I just laugh it off. It's comical. It's comical at this point. It's truly comical. So I don't know. By the way, I do want to shout out, let me make sure I get their name right. Yeah. I want to shout out my guy Josh Matthews with USC Carolina News and Reporter at USC Carolina News on Twitter. Group of student journalists. They're part of the J School at USC. They actually came by the studio last week, my house, my studio, and did an interview with yours truly regarding NIL and the impact on college athletics and the work that we've done with current student athletes, ranging from, in case you did not know, people such as Spencer Rattler, Colin Burgess, John Gilreath, Cass Crupitt, who's a softball player, Jackson Davis, who I think will probably be here a little bit later, who's a swimmer at Carolina. Gavin Bennett, who plays club rugby, and all in between, all the guys we partner with. Oh, Eric Stevenson on basketball. So they actually came by my place and did an interview, and they actually dropped the article today titled Gamecock Athletes Utilize NIL to Bolster Local Business and Their Brand. So I want to shout out Josh. Really, really good article. I'll be reposting that on social media very, very soon. But appreciate him, appreciate those guys, the opportunity to speak on NIL, the way it's impacting college athletics, the way we've been able to utilize it in regards to business, use it to not just benefit us. I mean, obviously, it's been really cool for business, and everybody's been sort of figuring out NIL, and it's sort of the wild, wild west because there are no guidelines. There's, everything that's happening is happening for the first time, but having the opportunity to positively impact student athletes, give back to student athletes. I know that Tin Roof has also sponsored some athletes, which is, just a really cool thing to be involved and to help out these athletes. So appreciate Josh for coming by the house and doing his due diligence and doing the work and everything else. I really really do appreciate Josh and that piece. Really cool stuff, and excited for what the future holds in regards to, partnering with new athletes. And I think it's something we'll really push even more going into football season and all that good stuff. But yeah, been really, really cool. And it's a blessing, like I said, to have the opportunity to work with these athletes, and appreciate all those that support our business, support our content, support everything we do, because without you guys, obviously, I don't think we'd have these opportunities. I know we wouldn't have these opportunities. Also, we got really exciting stuff behind the scenes in regards to business on the personal side of things. Again, this is stuff I haven't even talked about, haven't announced, but you come out to Tin Roof, you never know what you might hear. And I appreciate my sister who's tuned in. Jacqueline, what's going on? Expansion is in the works. Expansion is in the works for not really even just TSUS, but beyond. And I don't know when it's going to happen. I don't know exactly what date, when it's going to happen. I'm targeting around the SEC tournament in Hoover, which will be end of May, so about 2 months. But, again, it's just an idea in its infancy. It's really just an idea stage right now. And I'm hoping the Gamecock fans tuned in don't get too upset at me. I don't think they will. But to some degree, expanding what I do beyond just South Carolina and going SEC-wide with it. When you're talking expansion and you're talking how do you really make waves in this space, going more national and that's how you really go bigger. That's how you go bigger. And it was the trip we took to Knoxville for the baseball series that really inspired me. Because interacting with those Tennessee folks and seeing the love they showed for the TSUS stuff and the merch especially, and just the content that we make, it made me realize that, hey, this is something that could benefit fans of all schools really in the SEC. Again, this is something that's down the road. It's an idea I've had it for a long time, but really, again, that trip to Knoxville really kind of inspired me. Meeting with those Tennessee guys and seeing how cool they were about things and how they rocked with it and stuff like that. So, like I said, in the infancy stages, in the idea stages, but I don't see any reason why it couldn't work. And, obviously I'll be a Gamecocks dude forever. I'll be a Gamecock forever. I'm always going to be a USC dude. But when you're talking expansion and wanting to grow and evolve and enhance things and I think this is definitely – this could be something very, very cool. So, again, I'll leave it at that. I don't want to go too deep into it because, like I said, there's not a lot to go into because it's literally just an idea right now. It's just an idea, but that's where it starts. So, yeah. At minimum, by the SEC tournament, at minimum, I really want to be pushing SEC-wide merch. I think the merch, the opportunity to make cool merch for all 14 SEC schools, I think it's something those schools would rock with, fans of those schools would rock with. Again, we had plenty of those Tennessee guys when we went to Knoxville requesting different merch and stuff like that. And, again, I think it's something we could really push and make waves doing. So, yeah, either way, like I said, just to give you guys kind of a sneak peek of what's going on inside of my brain, if you will. So, on that note, we just had somebody put in a big merch order, so thank you for that. Also, by the way, I'm waiting probably until Monday after we win the national championship in basketball. And you know what? If you want to say I'm overconfident, so be it, but I am. I'm confident we're going to get it done. We've got some women's basketball merch we are going to drop probably Monday after that. So just to give you guys a little bit of a teaser, if you will. A little bit of a teaser. Why not? Anyways, Eric Reese, I appreciate you, my guy. Brian Dean says, my prediction is that Spencer Rattler will win the Heisman. I hear you. Go ahead. Hey, you can bet on it. Why not? Go bet on it. If you're that confident, go bet on it, my dude. If you're that confident, go bet on it. There are odds out there for Spencer Rattler. Also, unless the line has changed, Gamecocks are an 8-point favorite in that game on Friday against Louisville. Gamecocks sit as an 8-point favorite in that ball game against Louisville. So, should be a fun one. I expect South Carolina to have a lot of success on Friday. A lot of success. Oh, maybe that was me. Anyways, questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. You can text that number as well. Again, yeah, baseball, I'd probably say, man, I think we're going to be right at 500, maybe a little bit above it, but probably, I think you're probably looking at a 30-26 team, 29-27, which, again, probably shouldn't be good enough to bring Mark Kingston back and probably won't be good enough to get you in the postseason. So I'd love to be proven wrong, but yeah, I don't know, man. I don't really see it right now. So don't really see it right now. Cool. All right, we're gonna go and jump into let's jump into a 5-minute break real quick. Again, we're out here at 10 Roof, $3 draft, $3 Rumple, $3 Fireball as well. Taking your questions, comments, whatever you like. Again, be sure to take care of your bartenders. Get you some food while you're at it. Fantastic food here as well. And we'll be back in 5. Phil, cue the music. All right, Phil, we got him. Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Phil. Okay, some new developments in the last 10 minutes or so. So, one of our own, this is kind of sad, kind of a sad note. Happy but sad note. One of our own, Mr. Tucker Hamilton, his last night at Tin Roof, at least as like a regular, I think, on Wednesdays, as he takes a new opportunity in Savannah, Georgia. How about that? Congratulations to Tuck. Congratulations, Tucker. Congratulations. Horns. I'm going to buy you that Horns Down merch. I'm literally going to, because that's, you're like the king of Horns Down, at least in this area. I'm sure there's a king of Horns Down in Texas, but here, you're the king of Horns Down. Tucker, though, taking an opportunity in Savannah, so he will not be out here every single Wednesday as he has been, I feel like, for the past, 8 months. So, but that means I'm going to be taking the show on the road. We're going to go down to Savannah and throw some horns down. Big facts. Oh, yeah. Savannah? Yeah, for sure. Heavy with dogs. Heavy with – dude, Tybee Island is what's right, but, heavy with dogs. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, but dude, I'm pretty sure it's heavy Georgia. Heavy Georgia. So you're going to be fighting an uphill battle. What? Savannah's your hometown. How about Sound Guy Phil? the home of Sound Guy Phil. Yeah, bunch of dogs. He can confirm. Savannah's a great place, though. It's fantastic. A more affordable Charleston, right? Yeah, pretty much. No, Savannah's a fantastic spot. So can't wait to go visit Tucker. But again, his last one. Man, wow. Life comes at you fast. One day you're giving preseason predictions for the 2021 season for football, and then all of a sudden it's about to be April 1st of 2022, and your guy's at his last freaking Tin Roof show. It comes at you fast. It does. It does. It does indeed. By the way, in case you missed it, Tucker, Aaliyah Boston, Naismith Player of the Year award winner. She's won literally the Player of the Year award in college basketball, women's college basketball. So Dawn Staley Coach of the Year. Some big, big deal. Big deal. Fairly big deal. Yeah. I mean, So yeah. So again, as I was talking about the Presbyterian game, in case you didn't realize, my guy Tucker was with me last night, and I don't know, I just couldn't stop laughing. I couldn't. I just thought this is the biggest joke ever. And it was. And if you listen to the podcast today, that's really how it came off. Because like I said, I kicked and screamed and went nuts last week. I just didn't have the energy to do that again. I don't have to repeat myself about why that's embarrassing. I don't think at this point I need to or have to explain how losing to Presbyterian is a bad look. That's it's not something I need to explain to people. You get it. We get it. So, knowing us, though, with the inconsistencies, we'll probably sweep Missouri this weekend. So, which that means, by the way, Ripper, that this is your last weekend in Cola? Last weekend in Cola? How you going to spend it? In solitude? Just in your thoughts a little bit? Huh? Yeah, he's on Lent. Just a nice little walk down by the river. Yeah. Read a book. Why not? Read a book, yeah. Why not? Read a book in a while? No? No, since high school, he says. So I know I did talk to Tucker about this a little bit yesterday, but I do want to bring it back up. Because this was a big topic of conversation about 30 minutes or so ago, or really since the beginning of the show. But I presented a hypothetical on my live show, and I just can't believe. Well, I can, but I didn't expect it to go as quote unquote viral as it did. To some people, viral is 10,000 views, 100, whatever. But it did numbers. It did numbers. For a football post in March, it did numbers. And the hypothetical was this. And I'm just trying to look up the views here. It is at 12.3 thousand views on Twitter. So obviously, again, numbers. But I'll give you one of two options. I'm a genie. I can grant something. One of two things. I'll either give you an 8-4 season guaranteed. I'm not telling you which games you're going to win and lose, but you're going to have 8-4 this season. Or you can roll the dice. No guarantees. No guarantees at all. The amount of people, the amount of Gamecock fans who would willingly turn their nose up at an 8-4 season like it is some insult is baffling. If I said 7-5, I'd get it. I'd roll the dice too. But 8-4? I'm literally giving you a season of joy, a season of happiness for the most part. You know, there's 12 games you won, make sure I do math correctly, 2/3 of them, right? Yeah. 8 wins out of 12. You won 2/3 of your games. I'm giving you that. Plus, you might win a bowl game. You don't know. I didn't even throw in the bowl game. You could go 9-4. I didn't even throw in a bowl because I just feel like it's too unpredictable. You don't know who you play. But I'm giving you 8-4. The amount of people that call these are the type of responses I got. This is a loser mentality. Because I said I'd take 8-4. That's a loser mentality. You're settling for mediocrity. The amount of people that I had tell me that was astonishing. I'm not saying 8-4 for all of eternity. I'm saying this year, just this year alone. And then I've really got people that are replying that are saying, I'd roll the dice because, I think 9-3, maybe even 10-2 is on the table. And I'm like, does Arkansas not exist anymore? Does Kentucky not exist? Does Tennessee not exist? Where is this confidence coming from? Tennessee had us down 28-0 in the first quarter. We're going to beat them? Like, it's just a shoe-in? I think your losses would be Georgia, A&M, Clemson, and then probably Tennessee. But in that scenario, you beat Kentucky, Mizzou, and Florida, and Arkansas. How is that anything but a great year? That's a great year. Okay, hey, say you lose to Arkansas. You beat Tennessee? You beat A&M? I mean, that's a great year. That's a great year. I guess that was my whole point of it too. And why people think you're setting for mediocrity. No, I'm not. I just don't want people to lose perspective that 8-4 in year 2 of Beamer would be a great year. It'd be almost a dream year. Literally, if you ask me realistic expectations for the Carolina football program, where I would love to see us at, my dream scenario over the course of a decade, if we could average 8-4, I'd be giddy with that. Because what that means, you're going to have a couple seasons where you fall short of that, 6-7 wins. But you're going to have some seasons where you do win 10, 11 games, compete for an East. I think South Carolina, realistically, because you do have to be realistic. We're not Clemson. Sorry, we're just not. Right now, we're not. We're not winning 12 games a year. We're not going to the playoff. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. You have to walk before you can run. So, yeah, obviously the goal at some point, someday, is to be an elite. But, dude, I think realistic expectations for Carolina football is get this program to an 8-4 type of level every 3 years or so. You got the right quarterback. Your schedule works out well. The East is down. You got a veteran team, whatever. And you win 10 or 11 games. And you challenge Georgia. And you go to the championship every 3 years or so. I think that'd be a great program. I mean, for sure. And listen, I'll say this too. I'm not trying to kill hype. Hype's great. Hype's great for us all. Hey, hype helps business. Hype helps merch. Hype helps Tin Roof. Helps us all. It's great. I'm just trying to inject perspective to where if we go 7-5, people don't say, "Oh, we failed. We failed." And this just in, by the way, from the Big Spur. Title, this article says, changes could be coming to the USC Board of Trustees. There is a significant push to change the structure and size of the USC Board of Trustees within the South Carolina General Assembly, and some members who are up for reappointment may not make it through the process, sources told thebigspur.com on Wednesday. Movement underway that includes streamlining the chain of command with regards to the athletics department. General Assembly is also concerned about how presidential searches have been conducted and the alienation of mega donors. With specific regards to athletics, a source indicated the board enjoyed outsized influence hiring and firing coaches and put unneeded pressure on athletics director Ray Tanner and athletics department personnel during coaching searches in recent years, including the most recent men's basketball search that ended with the hiring of UT Chattanooga head coach Lamont Paris. Yeah, our board of trustees sucks. They do. A lot of leadership in COLA sucks. Will I get canceled if I say Dick Harpoodlin sucks? Can I say that? Yeah. No? He doesn't have anything to do with this place. Okay. I just want to confirm I cannot say that Dick Harpoodlin sucks. Correct? Yeah, Dick Harpoodlin. He's one of the lead guys, right? No, that's McMaster. Governor. Who's the mayor then? I don't know, bro. I don't know anything about it. Dick Harpoodlin's the one that was trying to tear down 5 Points and has did a damn good job, if I will say so myself. Well, yeah. I mean, 5 Points is a shell of itself. Shell of itself. R.I.P. Moosehead, truly. R.I.P. Poho. Rest in peace, Poho, bro. Rest in peace. R.I.P. in peace. Look at this guy. So, there might be a change coming at AD. I don't know. Apparently, the Big Spur saying the Board of Trustees is going to get shuffled around. What's up, my guy? Look what the cat dragged in. Ooh, nice T-shirt. The Eric Church, who just canceled his concert to watch UNC Duke. What's up, baby? Oh, Bergie in here. Just canceled his concert to watch North Carolina Duke on Saturday. Bro, I don't care who wins. I don't watch enough college basketball to even know. Gun to head, I think Duke probably will win. Yeah. What's up, John? I'm doing well, friend. Like you just came from the golf course, my guy. Yeah? How'd y'all shoot? Or did y'all play? Y'all did play. Yeah. Good enough to go back and play again, I assume. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. Let's see. Again, in case you missed it, Aaliyah Boston, winning player of the year. I'll be curious to see what Zach says of the hypothetical. I doubt he's seen it. Stash is looking good, by the way. Yeah. I hear you. Hey, did you see the shirt, by the way? The old Muschamp. Well, I got one, but I'll take another if you want to just get around. Yeah. So, again, the hypothetical is this. Again, I'll give you one of two options for the 2022 season. You can either sign the dotted line right here, and I'll give you an 8-4 season guaranteed, or you can roll the dice. Me and you both. But the amount of people, we were just talking, the amount of people that told me, I was like, I'd sign it. I was like, I think if you wouldn't, no offense, I think you're crazy. The amount of people that said, you're settling for mediocrity, that's a loser mentality. I'm like, how long have you been watching this team? Just to think 8-4 is a kick-in. Like, I'm like, Tennessee's still on the schedule, who we were down 28-0 to in the first quarter. Kentucky, we have to go to their place again. We've lost 7 of 8 against them. We play Arkansas in week 2. We still have to go there and play them. It's like, I'd sign up for 8-4 in a heartbeat. I'd take 8-4 right now. Right now. Heck, you can tell me who we're beating and who we're losing to. I'll still go in the season giddy as hell. You know what? We're going to sell a lot of merch. We're going to have a lot of fun. Just hopefully we win most of the home games. That's it. That's all I want to do. See, what I should have done, maybe tomorrow I'll do this, Tuck. Maybe I'll pose a new hypothetical. Hey, I'll give you 9-3 with a loss to Clemson, or you can go 5-7 and beat Clemson. Any outcome that includes beating Clemson is going to get picked. Any outcome. I will say, somebody asked me yesterday, they were like, would you rather beat Georgia or beat Clemson this year? And I'm like, I think for like advancement in the SEC, I want to beat Georgia, but our fan base needs a win over Clemson bad. Like, we just do. We need it. Like, we really need it. I mean, first time in 5, 6, whatever years, we come in the game last year just thinking we have a chance, and we get curb stomped. Like, we need it. We need Rattler to just throw for like 400, and we beat them by like 14 somehow, and we stomp on the paw at their place, and oh, what a time that would be. Rattler go down as a legend forever. He'd go down as a legend. I don't know. One can dream. One can dream. I hope so. It'd be about time. I mean, shit. It's funny. So I had Brad Lowing up here, and South Carolina was top 10 against the pass last year. Fantastic against the pass. Lowing literally said, he coached D-line. He said, he's like, you should never brag about your pass defense because all you're telling people is that you can't stop the run. And we sure as shit couldn't stop the run. And Jordan Birch did not help stopping the run. So I hope him and Strawn are big time. I mean, they should be. I thought Strawn quietly had a really good year. At least I didn't have crazy high expectations. I mean, coming from Georgia State, I thought he had a good year. But, yeah, Birch, I mean, it's, him and Pickens both. It's like, you're 5 stars. Like, we don't get enough 5 stars for them not to be stars. Like, yeah, Pickens is back. He mulled over the draft, and I think it was smart he came back. I mean, I'll tell you this, though. I think something that the reason Birch and Pickens probably don't look as good as they should is we've been weak at linebacker. I mean, we've had some solid guys. Don't get me wrong. We've had some solid guys. Stone Blanton? I don't know. I know. Stone Blanton's going to play, though. Stone Blanton will play. Sherrod Green's back from injury. But, we've over the past couple years, we've had some guys. We've had the T.J. Brunsons, the Ernest Jones, the, Sky Moores. But I think it's been really since, Jasper Brinkley, Eric Norwood, when we had, a bunch of dudes, Shaq Wilson. We had some dudes at linebacker. It's been a while since we had just dudes at the linebacker position. We say Devontae Holloman. We say we're DBU or wide receiver U. We're not linebacker U. I don't feel like we've ever been the linebackers are the strength of the defense. It's just I don't know. I mean, yeah. I think Bill Smith. I like Christian Bill Smith at running back. It's either going to be him or Antoine Wells Jr., at receiver. The James Madison transfer. You're talking about on offense or just period? Well, Well, I mean, then Stogner. I mean, you'd hope it's Stogner. You'd hope it's Stogner, his guy. You know, like you would certainly hope it's Austin Stogner. So. So, I'm glad we're talking football, though, my guy, because nobody wants to talk about us losing the Presbyterian in baseball, certainly. Well, we can. I'd be more than happy to. I mean, why not? Does anybody want to? I mean, sure. Still horns down. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know how I don't know. I don't get this team. Which, by the way, since they're here, Zach and Birds, they'll relate to this. Our baseball team is equivalent of a weekend warrior, a weekend hacker on the golf course. I want them to hear this. The inconsistency, though, just plagues us. It just plagues us. It's truly absurd. Really. We're literally sitting at Founders Park. Tucker goes, I came here to see some bombs. PC dude just tees off and hits one in the freaking bullpen. Ask and you shall receive, he says. No, so I was going to say, though, the Carolina baseball team's like your typical weekend warrior on the golf course. That's what I compare them to. Which, and what I mean by that is the inconsistency or the consistency or lack thereof, because any weekend warrior can go out there and hit one close to the pin. You get lucky, close your eyes, you can hit one down the middle of the fairway. It happens. Those are the ones that bring you back. But what makes the elites and makes the pros is their misses are very small. They're consistent. A bad shot for Rory McIlroy is a ball that's 20 feet from the hole. You know what I mean? He doesn't miss the green very often. He doesn't miss many fairways. Maybe he's not a great example, but you know what I'm trying to say. But Carolina baseball, our range of scenarios is so wide. It's just a characteristic of, we're going to be brilliant at times, but God, we're also going to be terrible at times. Like, we might hit the green. We might hit a hole in one. We also might shank the ball 5 feet off the freaking tee box. We don't know what the hell's going to happen. So that's how I kind of look at us right now. Until we prove otherwise, I don't know. I don't know. And like a weekend warrior for us, it's just all mental. It's all mental. We're in our own heads because there's just no way. You got talent. You're good enough to beat Texas, Vandy. Why can't you beat Presbyterian? And Kingston can talk injuries all he wants, but come on, man. Come on, man. Give me a break. They asked him I don't know, you probably didn't watch the presser. They asked him last night after the game, what's the number one thing your team needs to improve right now? His response was health. Come on, King. John Gilreath, who's been here for 6 years, should be able to get 3 outs before he gives up 5 runs in the inning against PC. Come on, my guy. And if he can't, then he shouldn't pitch again the rest of the year. Come on, man. Come on, man. Gangster. God. Son of a. He's got it. He's got it. He's got it. Sometimes, hey, it's all good. Technology's great till it isn't. I don't know, man. Yeah, I know. I like football. Beamer Rattler 22, baby. They'd get my vote. They'd get my vote. They've got my vote. I don't know. Again, $3 drafts, $3 Rumple, $3 Fireball as well. Great night to have a night. Wager on what, my guy? Braves or Dodgers go further in the postseason. I'm a Braves guy. So are you. So who are you taking? You're taking the Braves, I'd assume. Okay, so you're going to leave me then in a crappy situation. I like the Braves this year. They lose Freddie, but let's call it for what it is. The Braves came out winners in the Freddie Freeman thing, in my opinion. Yeah, they lose a cornerstone, but Matt Olson's just as good, and they're paying way less money. And he's younger. Right. And the Braves are getting back Ronald Acuna, that's an all-star pickup. Boom. Like, and I forgot about this still a couple of days ago. Marcell Ozuna's back. Now that's somebody draw some bombs. Soroka's back. Ian Anderson, Freed. Yeah. I mean, you see Tucker's rocking the Braves polo. Yeah. It's a Bravo's household here. Yeah. Tucker, no, you're talking about Spencer Strider. Yeah, Strider. Yeah. Not that good, I don't think. I mean, he was good, but I don't know if he was that good. So, by the way, here's another fun fact, and then we'll go into a break. Fun fact, Mark Kingston now has a losing record against Presbyterians as he took over as coach. Anyways, all right, Phil. Phil, we'll take a 5-minute break here. We'll, gonna reload. But, questions, comments, calls. Phil, go ahead and do the thing. All right, Phil, you ready? Okay. All right, this is normally the part of the show where it gets really fun, the last like 25 minutes or so. Everybody's been here for a while, lubed up a little bit. The heckle juice, yeah. Yeah. Anyways, appreciate y'all coming out. Those tuned in digitally, also Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, all that good stuff. Somebody commented, by the way, yeah, I already knew this, but and I'm sure Zach did as well. But the Braves, yeah, picked up Jansen from the Dodgers. So they got Freeman, we got Kinsley Jansen. I mean, Braves probably have the best bullpen in baseball. Yeah, Braves have got to have the best bullpen in baseball. So, shit. Best what? What do we have? Kingston? Hashtag extend Kingston. Kingston's playing checkers. Kingston's what is Kingston playing chess? We're playing checkers. God, I want Ray Tanner to step down so badly so I don't have to hear about Ray Tanner anymore. Because it's so funny. We're at the game. I mean, I'm at any game, and our batter strikes out. Fire Tanner. I'm like, guys, Tanner ain't coaching a decade. He had. I'm not disagreeing. Hey, listen. If you want to say Tanner should be fired for his $20 million mistake to Will Muschamp, then I agree 100 billion%. But that should be the biggest. Well, I can tell you why he did it. I mean, if you really want to know. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, nobody forced Tanner to do it. Yeah, nobody forced Tanner to do it. From guys that played on that team that, I mean, I've asked guys, I was like, was there any indication he might retire? It's like, yeah, Tanner wanted to be an athletic director at some point. And so Tanner won 2 national titles. Well, they had to give it to him, but he wanted it. He wanted it. It was mutual. He wanted it. If he wanted to coach baseball, he would have kept doing so. So that's why the whole Tanner should go back to the dugout argument is dumb because if he's right, he ain't going back. Tanner felt like And I don't really he felt like I have done everything coaching baseball. I've won national titles. I've been coaching here for 15 years, and I'm ready for the next move. So that's what he did. I'm not saying he's a good AD. That's what he did, though. So I'm not going to tell a man what he should or shouldn't do with his own life if he wanted to do it. But was it a bad move in the long run? Looking back, then yeah, probably. And I also think, though, the job's a lot harder than he thought it would be, because when he took over, Spurrier's cruising. We just hired Martin. You know, we just – I don't know. I was 21 when that went down, that AD search, so I couldn't have gave less of a shit, to be honest with you. Right now, yeah, yeah, Champ hire L, Kingston L, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, just the men's sports have struggled. That's the biggest problem. Men's sports have struggled, and that's the revenue generators. That's what everybody cares about. I'm not sitting here up here defending that Ray Tanner's a good athletic director. I'm not at all. I'm not saying he is. I mean, you know, I'm not saying he's a good AD. But I will say again, I think Ray Tanner is probably still the greatest coach ever coached here in any sport. Till Dawn wins a couple more titles, yeah. Mm, I still think degree of difficulty to do it should be factored in. I think it's a lot harder to win in college baseball than it is to win in other sports. Yeah. If you want to have that real conversation, yeah. Yeah. But no, I wish Ray would step down. I don't know why he wants to be AD anymore. I don't get why Ray wants to be the athletic director. You know, it's hasn't gone well. We'll put it that way. It hasn't gone well. So I don't know. uh, the names I've heard. Well, if it happens, the names I've heard: Scott Jackson at Liberty, Clint Godwin at East Carolina. Some people want Landon Powell from North Greenville. Oh yeah, Godwin at ECU. That program is fantastic. Jackson also has a hot name. Liberty's been really, really good. So, but most people don't want Tanner to do the next hiring. He might not either. I don't think he'll be AD much longer. I think he's near the end. I do think that's near the end. So, but like I said, I would God, I wish Ray Tanner would just step down. I'm tired of hearing about him. I'm tired of hearing people bitch about him. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, yeah, yeah. Because of the champ thing, because of Lamont Paris thing, because of Kingston. You know, I mean, I don't even think Holbrook was a terrible hire. I just think the guy following Tanner was doomed from the start. Tanner set a precedent here that you never want to be the guy that follows the legend. You know what I mean? So you never want to be that guy that follows the legend. So, and that's what Holbrook effectively was. So Bell's been out. Jaheim Bell's been out. But I mean, precautionary. We don't play for 6 months, bro. I mean, yeah. I mean, if they wake up sore, like they're gonna hold Jaheim Bell out. They're gonna hold Jaheim Bell out. So, yeah, Eric Hyman left for Texas A&M in 2012. So, but again, I mean, I'd heard things that Tanner had thought about going back to NC State, being their AD. So, you know, I wonder if he regrets doing that. I wonder if he regrets taking it. I wonder if Tanner regrets taking it. Yeah, yeah. Which is wild to think. You go from being beloved to, you know, I mean, the approval rating has got to be pretty low, pretty low. So it is what it is. I mean, it comes with it, and I'm not saying it shouldn't be that way because, again, you make the mistake you made with the Muschamp thing. That's enough to the buyout thing. You know, But whatever. Twitter folks will Twitter, and chirpers will chirp, and it is what it is, and we'll just keep it moving. So, you know, it is what it is. Most people don't even know what the fucking AD does. So, I mean, you know, you want to talk about what an athletic director does when a guy strikes out. It's like, goes, he ain't coached baseball in a decade, my guy. Like, if you hate Kingston, then just say it. But I don't know. I mean, Tanner's arguably the greatest coach to ever coach any sport here. So I'm a little hesitant. The guy still deserves a statue outside of Founders Park. You know what I mean? So he built Carolina baseball. And I mean, I think people that think that he's not bothered with the product are fools. I think they're idiots. Truly. So, you know, we missed the postseason. I think you'll see. But, you know, again, it shows I get the frustration because, again, you fire Kingston, you'll have fired all three men's head coaches of the big three sports within a 2-year span. I mean, that shows the health or lack thereof of your athletic department. So, you know, but again, it is what it is. He also did hire Beamer, I guess. I mean, you got to give him some credit there. Did hire Beamer, you know, with a big push from the alums, but that hire did happen. So it did happen. Yeah. But Antoine Wells, breakout player for offense, receiver. Antoine Wells. Yeah, I think him and Van will battle it out for receiver number 1. But I think Wells could be good. Yeah, Jalen Brooks will probably never play another snap for us ever again. I mean, he's not even on the roster right now. So, unfortunately for him, I think that ship has sailed. Yeah. 6'7". I mean, yeah, 6'7". One, yeah. If we bring in Sean Miller as the head basketball coach, if that would have happened, is Ray Tanner still in the hot seat? Yeah, probably. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think this fan base is, for the majority, made up their mind about Tanner. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what could change it to be at this point. Like, unless we just started all of a sudden winning across every sport. Yeah, I think everybody's pretty much. I mean, like I said, man. I mean, I got a lot of love for Tanner, but when you make a $20 million mistake in the Muschamp buyout thing, that's tough to overcome. That's pretty tough. I mean, if you made a mistake at your job that cost your company $100,000, even, like, it'd be hard for you to come back from that and be in the good graces of those folks. So, yeah, I don't know. But Sean Miller would have been interesting. And Lamont Paris, who knows? Just who knows? I mean, boy, Frank Martin has been on the petty tour, by the way. He has been petty. Yeah. What's funny about you saying that, though, is we're at the baseball game last night, and we meet this kid. We meet a kid, and he worked on the football staff under Muschamp. And apparently he said they'd have team meetings, and Muschamp would literally tell them, hey, don't talk to this guy. Don't give him any information. Don't give him interviews. None of that. So they hear, they see. Yeah. By the way, fuck that guy that just walked out. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. Hey, listen, you want to banter? You want to banter? You want to talk shit? Say it, we all can hear it. Just say it, we all can hear it. This is not Twitter. This is real life. We can have conversation. It reminds me of the Clemson game, the baseball game. I mean, just, it's not Twitter, bro. It's real life. Yeah, what's up? I would not have just taken it. I can tell you that much. Well, that's what I was thinking of when I said that too, which is bad. It's like, this ain't Twitter, it's real life. So, like, I mean, if you're gonna smack me across the face, like, we're going to have to go right here. I mean, we're just the hell with it. I mean, we're going to have to do it. I don't know what else. Yeah, I mean, a disrespectful. I also question, like, Chris Rock, like maybe kind of dodge a little bit, something. I mean, I don't know. But, yeah. No, I don't think I would have just taken it and let him walk off the stage and sit down and just chill and, you know, whatever. But that's the beauty of it, man. You do what I do, even Gamecock fans hate you. You know what I mean? It's just, it's lovely. It's glorious. It's glorious. I know how to piss off everybody. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what specific games, but that is the biggest. Well, I mean, I'd hope so. But see that point you make, that is what makes this season so intriguing. Is Rattler gives us the Spurrier effect, and what I mean by that is, you know, when we had Spurrier as our head coach, we could be an underdog playing a much better team, but we always felt like we had a chance because it's like there's a chance our guy outcoaches their guy. It's our day. He's on his game, and we pull out a victory. We have that in Rattler, where it's just like, you know what? We're playing Georgia. Georgia's going to be favored, I'm telling you, by 3 touchdowns. They are. They're just, I guarantee you they are. Okay, whatever. They're going to be favored by at least 2 scores. At least 2 scores. But see, that's a game, though, where it's like, you know what? Georgia should win. Top to bottom, they're more talented. But if Spencer Rattler has a magical Garcia-esque, like I think he has that ability to have just one of those games where it all clicks. You know what I mean? I mean, I haven't looked closely enough, but I mean, I gotta think it's Bama's to lose at this point. You think Stetson Bennett really does it again? I can't, like, I get it, Stetson Bennett, you're not going to get drafted or anything, but, like, man, just ride off in the sunset, bro, because you are a walk-on. Like, you're probably not going to play that well again. You don't have that defense to bail you out again. Yeah. Gunners. Oscar Delp, too. Bro, I was on his boat last summer calling for Oscar Delp because old Eric Kimry, I can say it now, he's not here anymore. Old Eric Kimry, tight ends coach. Hey, man, we need you to push for Delp. We want Delp. And after we didn't get him, I said, Eric, I'll never do that again because I look like a freaking idiot. Oscar Delp said, I'd rather go sit behind the freaking freshman all-SEC player of the year player than go start at Carolina. It's like, well, then screw us, I guess. Whatever. Maybe it was the video I made in the boat when, I don't know what his name was, old homie's like, this could be you. Maybe he was like, I don't want that to be me. Not on Lake Murray. I don't want to be on Lake Murray, he said. Then to hell with you. All we got's all we need. I do too. I'd be out there right now. Why not? Who wouldn't? Why not? Podcast from the boat. So what? Hey, Delp wants to go to Georgia. So what? Hey, we will finish it with Delp. We will finish it. That's all right. We got to, yeah. I mean, indeed, we did get Stogner, so who really cares? Stockton, yeah. What's bad is Tucker's sober. That's the thing. Totally sober. Final 10 roof show for old Tuck. He's like, I'm going to go all out for it. Oh. Yeah, football's king, man. It's crazy. I had somebody in the chat today being like, and I get it. Like, hey, make sure you watch the women's game today or Friday. Huge game. But they're like, don't talk football. Let's talk women's basketball. I'm like, football's king. Like, Louisville, 8-point favorites. I can't say I know him, to be honest with you. The joke is he's assuming that I will watch. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Interesting. Yeah, that was wild. We had the chirping going on in the old tin roof. Wild, man. Wild. I don't know. He got very upset over the. Well, just yeah. I mean, I'm not even like hardly defending, just like making the point of like, it's like, listen, I mean, if you knew what you were talking about, you'd be up here and I'd be over there. I mean, like, Somebody commented, you need to do your podcast in a pool. I'm down with that. By the way, actually, month of April is going to be a lot of fun because we got, national championship in basketball, college baseball going on. We got Masters, MLB Open today. Spring game also going on a bachelor trip. And I just got to look at the Airbnb today, and it is fire. It's got a pool. It's got a pool. Orlando, April 27th to May 1st. So it'll be warm, too. Pool content incoming for sure. I have to get me the swim strokes then. Do the old butterfly. We'll do the butterfly. Do the backstroke. I need me some Carolina goggles for the stew. Do they have like the Block C on them or anything? No? What about the head cap? The head cap. Yeah. Head cap for the stew. Head cap for the stew. Love it. I mean, I'd hope Carolina's swim team has somebody that could beat you, my guy. I'd hope so. I mean, I don't know about your swimming skills, but I'd have to think they could beat you. Yeah. Somebody commented about the NFL draft in April, and J.J. Nibare has slipped to a second-round pick. I'll tell you this, again, I'm just the messenger. We had Brad Lowing up here. Brad Lowing didn't like J.J. Nibare's game a whole lot. He said, look, Chris, look who his sacks were against. He had 4 sacks. 2 of them were against Vandy. 1 of them was against East Carolina. It's like, who did he play good against? So I think Nibare is probably a 3rd or 4th round pick. Which still, I mean, is, yeah, I mean, you're making a decent living for sure playing football. But I don't know. Rattler, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Highest draft stock outside of Rattler on the team. Bell? I mean, it could be Birch if he blows up. I mean, because he's got all the measurables, right? I mean, speed, size, athleticism. I would think he's got all of those measurables. Maybe Stogner. I think Bell though, man. Bell's a Swiss Army knife, dude. Like I think last year was just a peak at what he'll be this year. I mean, Satterfield talking about that Bell's our Debo Samuel 2.0. Bold, Sat. That's bold. That's bold. Oh, yeah. Freaking Tuck's got the daggum Jaheim Bell NIL jersey. Dude bought the jersey and everything. Hey, support NIL. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah. Pretty good. Yeah. I think Bell. Right. Well, yeah, I mean, listen. Rattler, if Rattler goes first round, we went 8-4 at minimum, I think, for sure. Because he balled. He balled. Maybe, okay, 7 minimum. He balled. He balled. Hey, is the defense going to be as good as it was last year? Well, see, you're speaking like I speak, a realistic Gamecock fan. See, most people, I'll say this. Hey, we were closer to 5-7 than we were 7-5 in the regular season. But we should have beat this team. But we should have lost to East Carolina. We beat Troy by 9 points, and we should have lost to Vandy. Right. But that's the beauty. That's the funny thing too. The beautiful thing is like, if we'd have lost that bowl game, we're having a totally different conversation. You know, just one game. It's just one game. That's it. Just one game. Yeah, yeah. Because baseball, I mean, think about it. Baseball is the only sport where Coastal Carolina could win the national championship because they did. You know, Fresno State won the national title. Like, it's the only sport where that can really happen. Like, you know, I mean, Carolina football plays Georgia State week 1. If we don't win by at least 3 touchdowns, people are going to be upset. Baseball, if you win by a run, it's like, good. We won. Yeah. If you got a dude, if you got a stud, it's all that matters. It's all that matters. The boys are closing out. I'm about to close out as well. It's about that time. Shag night, they got to get ready for it. By the way, only a couple more weeks. We're going to have a new helmet up here. I got my guy making a TSUS helmet. A helmet, by the way, you can actually wear and play football in, like a legitimate Carolina helmet, exact helmet, but just imagine the logos on the side. Dope stuff. Cocky lids, my guy. Yeah, some dope signatures on here, by the way. Connor Shaw, you got Shaw on the other side. Yeah. Perry Orr, Jackie Bradley Jr. Some real good ones. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good place to put it. Folks, appreciate you coming out again. $3 draft, $3 rumple, $3 fireball. And hey, like I said, you want to come out, you want to chirp, just say it with your chest, my guy. It's not Twitter. Hey, that'll do it for me. Chris Phillips, the Spurs Up Show. In case you did not know, Phil, send us into the night, my guy. Let's have a good one. Y'all take care. Appreciate it.